Still to come, we've got No Cause for Alarm in the studio right here at 105.1 The Blaze. The Art Tour Rage presents the Halloween party of the decade. It's going to have Leather Serpent, No Cause for Alarm, 24-hour Bigfoot Attack, all playing that night. Now, if you have a gig to plug, let me know about it. All you have to do is hit me up, Zolo at 1051theblaze.com. Give me all the information about your gig ahead of time, and I will plug it for you. Zolo at 1051theblaze.com. Welcome to Here and Now. Tonight, the band No Cause for Alarm in the studio. We actually got just one member tonight. The rest of the band couldn't make it. Phil Hernandez on drums in the studio with me.
Hey, how's it going, Zolo?
Also in the band, Alfredo Jimenez on bass, who cannot be here. Jacob Carnigan, how do you say it?
It's Carignan.
Carignan.
Like it's so easy, right?
And Tom, his brother, twin brothers.
Identical twins.
That must be crazy.
Yeah.
They both are on vocals and guitar. They don't do like the same thing. Sometimes like have those like twin things, do they?
No. Well, not that I've noticed, but
you know how like twins do weird things. Like one guy says, half the sentence, the other guy finishes
right.
it. Weird stuff like that. How long's the band No Cause for Alarm been together?
This band's been together a little over 3 years. We were both in separate bands in the early 2000s. Me and Alfredo were in the band Stone Shiver here locally in Fresno.
I remember that band.
Yeah. The other two brothers were in West Howard, and we're all just friends throughout. I've known them for almost 14 years, I think. And then so those bands disbanded. Years went by, and I randomly ran into Jacob one day, and I knew that him and his brother played music quite a bit. So I said, hey, let's jam one day, and I invited Alfredo along, and worked out.
Alfredo makes me kind of hungry right now. I'm not thinking about the guy. I'm thinking about like pasta with I don't know. I'm just hungry right now. I'm sorry about that. What is No Cause for Alarm about?
It is pretty much exactly what I just said. A group of friends that got together and wanted to keep playing music after other bands, didn't work out, and we're still doing it and having fun. We don't try and take it too serious as far as deep meaning and stuff. We just like to go out there.
You're not trying to save the world.
No, we like to make music and have fun.
There's no cause for alarm.
Right, exactly. It's worked into the title.
Now, you have an EP coming out. When is this expected to be out?
We're knee deep in tracking right now. We finished the drums a couple weeks ago. They're finishing vocals. We're hoping to have it hopefully mixed by winter. I know we've been putting it off for a while, but all families and stuff, so quite pretty busy.
Where are you recording it at?
Down in Visalia. The brothers, Tom has a studio in his house that he's built.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty nice facility down there, and we send it off to a friend in Bakersfield, Ricky Marcel Productions. He mixes and masters for us.
As far as gigs, I see that you got a gig here at Audi's on October 18th for Art Tour Rage, I guess you say. Art Silva always gives me crap about it. Art Tour Rage, I guess this is how you say it. Halloween party. Now, who else is playing on that show?
So I know his band, Leather Serpents, on the bill.
Leather Serpents.
Yep. There's a couple others on the bill as well. I think we're opening the show. We were a late add to that show. I know that we're coming in, and we're going to be playing around 8:15ish. It's outside the wire. Maui and 24 Bigfoot are also on the bill.
Okay, they played not too long ago with that band Doyle over here at the
That was a crazy show.
What are your different influences? Obviously, we'll start with you since you're here.
Yeah.
What bands influenced you?
When I was in junior high, obviously it was Nirvana. Coming out of the 80s, I started junior high, and Nirvana was the kind of thing to listen to at that time. And then Nu Metal Kid, of course, graduated, and Korn was the big thing. And
yeah, it's kind of weird because I remember being, I grew up really in the 80s and hearing all the hair bands, and there was other bands that were hard metal but not as much hair bands. Then all that kind of died really kind of a horrible death. They were still around, but not as bad.
Right.
As they were, and then all of a sudden Nirvana and Soundgarden and Mother Love Bone and Pearl Jam, all those Seattle bands came in, and then a new kind of music arose like POD and Saliva, and a lot of those type of bands kind of morphed into that. And then now Gene Simmons saying that rock is dead,
right?
Which a lot of people disagree. Rock is doing well, it's just not run by corporate record companies anymore.
Yeah, and I totally beg to differ with Gene Simmons. I was at the Aftershock Festival a few weekends ago in Sacramento, and the first day it was littered with those 2000 bands. Chevelle, Limp Bizkit of all bands, absolutely ripped the place apart. So yeah, people still like rock music, whether or not it's on the radio, and you guys actually play a lot of that music, which is great.
Well, I think that music has changed in the fact that you can produce your own album, put it on the internet, and you don't need anybody now to do it.
Exactly.
Maybe you're not going to get rich at it right away, but if your music's good, it'll speak for itself, and people will either like it or they won't, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
I think, Gene Simmons and Kiss were in a different era when you had to appease a record company and then they promoted you and they put money behind you.
Yeah.
And that's not, the recession, look at, people are barely surviving now. Record companies are not making a lot of money anymore because most of the people take their music off the internet. People steal music all the time.
Right.
It started with Napster. It's still going on.
And people aren't buying a CD for $20 that has one song that they want to listen to. They're going and buying the single on iTunes.
Right, and it makes sense. I mean, if you don't want to hear the whole album, why buy, the whole album? Just buy the stuff you like.
Absolutely.
And I think that is pretty smart. And, and it seems like Buck Cherry, they said they made more money off the ringtone of their song Crazy Bitch than they made off their album.
Wow.
So it is a lot of different music industry nowadays. Now, what do you see for the band No Cause for Alarm? Where are you guys going?
We're just enjoying playing the shows around town. Hopefully start branching out a little bit. Obviously, I said we have families, so it's kind of tough sometimes. But, we're going to finish this EP, and I think some of our greater music is ahead of us as far as recording and getting it out there. So we're real excited about that.
Any other dates coming up besides this Audi's appearance?
That's the only one on the books as of right now.
Okay, and when's the expected release of your EP?
Early spring, late winter.
Okay, and do you have a title for it yet?
Right now, it's just a working title, No Cause for Alarm EP.
Okay. People want to find you on the web. Is it Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook/No Cause for Alarm, and then you can also follow us on Twitter at NCFA Music.
Okay, and the song we're going to play tonight is called Crashing Down off just a 2-song demo you have here. Tell us a little bit about Crashing Down.
Yeah, it was one of the first songs we kind of wrote together as a band, and it's one of our, I'd say, kind of like rock anthems at the end. It kind of ends in this, heavy, just a steady beat to where someone can kind of bob their head to it. And it's basically about, just the world's crashing down on you and, getting out of that. And Tom would probably be a better person to explain, he kind of wrote the song, but we all got together and wrote it after he brought the structure to us and added our little thing to it. So
is it kind of a collective thing with writing the songs? Everybody kind of puts their piece in?
Yeah, Tom and Jacob, they'll email songs back and forth, which is a great thing about technology now. He'll record something, email it to Jacob, he'll record back, and then they'll email it to me and Alfredo. So when we come into rehearsal, we've heard it and we're kind of have an idea of what we want to do. So that makes it real convenient as well.
Well, we're going to play a song off your EP. Good luck to you guys. And let us know about any shows you have in the future. Find the band No Cause for Alarm on Facebook, No Cause for Alarm. You can find their dates there. And you're on iTunes right now?
The new EP will be on iTunes. Crashing Down should be on there shortly.
Okay. As far as if you want to see this band live, Audi's Olympic Tavern right there on Van Ness, October 18th, 8:30 p.m., the Artour Rage Halloween party. Did I say that right, Art Silva? I hope I did. All right, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks, Ella. Appreciate it.
Nice to see you, Phil. And here is the band, No Cause for Alarm. It is Crashing Down, 105.1 The Blaze, here and now.